Hello, besties. Woohoo! It is Friday yet again. We have made it. Collective sigh. Ah. We brace ourselves as we enter the weekend, which will go like that, of course, really super quick. And then we're back at it on Monday, aren't we? Mm-hmm. But for now, it's Friday and it's happy hour and we're drinking. We're feeling good. How are you all? Did you survive the week?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad, actually, for once.
There you go. There you go. Learned helplessness has kicked in. That's good.
I'm thriving. It's been a good week.
Good.
Ooh, thriving.
I set some goals at the beginning of the week. I accomplished many of them by midweek.
Okay, something to aspire to. Thriving. That's nice.
And so, yeah, this is. I gotta really relish this while I have it.
Oh my God.
Next week, I'll be like,
Exactly. It just comes in waves, doesn't it? Oh, well, what do we got on the agenda for today? What do we want to talk about? It's happy hour. I've got a busy day.
Yeah, tell us what you got going on.
Well, we're happy houring. And then I head to a corporate retreat to do some speaking for a couple of hours.
Nice.
I know.
Ooh,
I'm heading
okay.
to the Texas Hill Country. If anyone hasn't been, you should. It's stunning. It's like where all the snowbirds come down. But believe it or not, it's really, really green and wet. Here in Texas, you think it's a desert. Here it is not. Just over on that west side, we got to remember it's a big ass place.
Mm-hmm.
I think we have every climate and every terrain in Texas. It's some crazy stat like that. But Texas Hill Country, quite the destination. But I'm doing a little keynote there. But here's what's cool. It's actually a friend of mine going back 20 years, college friend. We studied abroad together in Italy. She reached out to say, hey, do you want to join us on this corporate retreat? Hell yeah. Like, that sounds incredible, right? And she's like, oh, thank goodness, because my boss is one of your super fans.
wow.
And so I actually sent like a little audio of her text, and she sent it to her boss, and she like totally fangirled and freaked out, and it's now a ringtone.
Oh my God.
So that's really cool. Yeah.
Wait, what does it say? What does it say?
I was just like, hello, you. Oh, I am so excited to join your retreat. But I did do not a question, but a quick comment.
Of course, the signature.
I cannot wait to meet you in person, Yeah, and she was supposedly freaked out. She really liked that, But of course, we got to be there for our longtime besties. Shout out to Araceli. I told her, hey, I will flirt and charm your boss like no one's business.
Wait, what was that name? What was that name you said?
Araceli. Yeah.
That's
I call
beautiful.
her Ara, but Araceli.
Okay.
Yeah, but we had some times in Italy, so some I definitely cannot share. But what I will share real quick is like our first weekend there, I met Araceli, and we go to the local town bar. And this is like middle of nowhere, Tuscany. And some Italians came over and they laid some pizzas down. And then all of a sudden, one grabbed me by the arm and like escorted me to this other part of the bar and, tried to hook up with me right there in public. So that's the Italian welcome.
Pizza then fuck.
No, that's my point. No, I literally got traded for pizza.
Wait, is it like pizza and chill, like the equivalent?
I got traded for pizza. So I'm there with like all my new friends, like my classmates, basically. We're all trying to get to meet each other. Pizza gets laid down. Araceli knows Italian. She speaks no shit like 6 languages. She's fucking brilliant. Like, she speaks Russian too. Like, what the heck? But there was an exchange. But there was like an exchange of words. And then all of a sudden, I'm like in a back room being traded for pizza.
What in the homeland is this friend
I think
of yours?
there was a deal that was brokered and I got traded for pizza. Now, I haven't worked all that out, what happened there, but...
Well, that sounds like you know what, honestly, that sounds like a great subject to bring up at this corporate retreat in front of her boss. I have to...
I know, I'm totally going to share that story. Yeah.
I'm horrified, but also, how was his pizza?
I know. Well, I remember telling him, and I don't want to put a trigger warning on this, so I won't like go into details on what happened. But I remember telling him, like, I didn't come all the way from Texas for this. Now I did. Okay. That's the thing. That was a lie, but I can't be the hoe of the summer, like the first weekend. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I got to pace myself.
You got to ease in.
I got to pace I was focused on making friends. It was our first night out, like as a collective, like student group that is spending the whole summer together. You see what I'm saying?
But not that good of friends to start. You got to ease in. But that being said, I'm just trying to like really think through this. Like I'm in college and someone's like, here's some pizza. I'm like, oh, I'll do anything for pizza. Then you have to be like, well, not any. Okay, hold on. Not anything, guys. I didn't actually mean that. But
yeah, well, not anything tonight.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, but I mean, he was hot as hell, I'll give him that, but unfortunately I didn't see him again. I kept going to that bar, but anyways, it was quite the night, but that was like my first experience with her. And now I'm sure he wasn't like, can I have your friend for pizza? I mean, you know what I'm saying? I hope not. I will get clarity on that. I don't think I ever have. But I'm sure it was just like gifting you pizza. Can I go talk to your friends?
Yeah.
He was a distraction. It was, some sort of.
Right. And she's like, yeah, you're lovely. Well, I hope they left you some pizza because that would be jacked up if they ate all the pizza.
I don't even remember eating pizza that night.
Ooh.
I know. But I did go up to the bar and I ordered a Cape Cod. And then realized I was in Italy. That was my Cape Cod era. And they're like, what the fuck is that?
What's a Cape Cod?
What's it? Is that grapefruit? And
no, that's a Greyhound. It's cranberry and vodka. I'm a vodka person.
Oh.
And then I ordered a Long Island iced tea.
Hold on. I've always just said vodka and cran, and it's called something?
It's Cape Cod.
Well, let me just say, Leigh can no longer claim this. I went to state school. You're in state school ordering a bougie ass Cape Cod in college?
Yeah, because I've never drank beer. I do not drink beer.
Like, I'd be like, may I have a Bullsh Light? Your finest,
yeah, exactly,
your least finest. That is, you're all the layers to your onion, Leigh.
Dude, I was drinking Kamchatka though. I mean, that vodka is like $2.99 a bottle. I don't know what. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like the cheap shit. It's not. But I can't do. I know now. Yeah. Yes, but that's what I'm up to Friday.
It's sunglasses season. Now, personally, I like good sunglasses, but I also don't want to spend too much money in case I misplace them. But I want them to be fun. With Pair Eyewear, you can get the best of both worlds. You can go to their site and customize a pair. Base frames start at just $60. I went and made a pair that was blue tortoiseshell with blue frames, and you can do a virtual try-on to make sure that you like them. They came quickly, and I'm loving them. You can get frames for yourself, your family, even your kids. There are new design drops every month, like this month with their brand new Star Wars collection. And even better, you can use pre-tax FSA and HSA dollars to buy them. One pair, infinite possibilities. Go to paireyewear.com and use code HRBesties for 15% off your first pair. And support the show by mentioning that HR Besties sent you in your post-checkout survey. That's PAIR eyewear.com, code HRBesties. Jamie, did you study abroad?
No, I couldn't afford that.
I'm still paying for it. Fuck. Literally.
Yeah.
No, I worked full-time and a part-time job in college. So Jamie did not do much of anything fun in college.
Yeah. Now that's why you're doing some fun stuff now.
Yeah, sort of.
Do you have student loans?
No, those are paid.
See, I'm still going.
Luckily, when you're poor, you get the Pell Grant. So I got lucky.
Yeah. Damn.
My college, I went to Center College in Danville, Kentucky, and we actually had, it's like a top 5 school for study abroad. And so they have a little bit different program, and that we would go abroad. I went abroad with 25 of my friends, and it's the same tuition basically that it was.
Oh my God.
And I was there in 2002. Oh, I'm old. When the euro was coming out and the exchange rate was great. And so they actually gave us money back right before spring break.
Oh, nice.
But we did. And we went, it was a professor from our school. I lived in apartments with my friends, and we only had class Monday afternoon to Thursday morning. So we'd travel Thursday night to Monday, and we'd show up at the train station and be like,
wow,
where do we want to go? And so some of those And again, like we slept on like the train car, like on like the luggage rack. We were hosteling it. Like it wasn't fancy, but my kids love hearing the stories of like I remember I was in Strasbourg, France, but in Italy we went and there's like this man with scars all over his face named Piero who took us to this Chinese restaurant that had a hostel above it. And like my kids love hearing, they're like, "Damn, what was that man's name?" And we kept seeing him all over town. And so I love those stories. But that being said, I tell you, youth is wasted on the young. Like, what would you do now? I stayed abroad for like 5+ months. I can't fathom going and being able to travel for free/cheap without responsibilities. Oh God.
Oh, I'd give anything for that now, having money more than I did in college. I didn't have shit. You know what I mean? I was just putting it on my tab.
Later, bitches.
Yeah, exactly. But we'll see. We'll see how that goes later today. I look forward to chatting a bit, maybe getting clarity on if there was a pizza deal made or not.
Yeah, I need to know about that pizza exchange.
Yeah, you need to spend 2 hours. Don't talk about work topics. Talk about this topic and drill it right in front of her boss, the super fan. He won't mind. She won't mind. He or she? She. Okay, she won't mind.
No, I plan to. Yeah, we'll get some clarity.
I was listening the other day to one of our episodes, and I swear, when the ads come on with your voice, I'm like, I wonder if people like record this. Like, it really is voiceover level. And so, if anybody ever is looking for like voiceover talent or those things, like, we'll promote Leigh in that way. Like,
yes,
like I chuckle because I'm like, what is this ad going to be for? I don't know. And then
they're sexual sounding.
And I mean, I just kind of wonder how many of our male friends, our male listeners are whacking it.
Oh my God.
Oh my God, you can't say that.
Oh, right.
I just took a drink.
You wonder, huh? Well, wonder no more. If you are, send Jamie a note.
No, that's not needed.
Send her photo proof.
Not necessary. I do not need proof. I'm just saying.
I'm just saying. Oh, shit.
Oh my God. It's like a trigger card bingo on this episode today.
Oh, I know. Gosh. You know, someone did reach out to me earlier this week to MC an event in December.
Nice.
And I'm there for that. Yeah.
Okay, that's exciting.
Because of the voice, you know, that's part of it, you know.
Yeah, okay.
I know. Well, I think it was like a sex event, but I could get clarity.
It's a vibrator convention.
Because you go rare.
Oh my God. Okay.
A vibrator convention. Oh my God. Oh man. With this taking a turn, look, I'm literally drooling over here.
Jamie, do you have a story? And by story, I mean like big. We've already done the 4 corners and cover your board bingo with trigger warnings.
I have a quick comment. So actually, this is 2 parts. So first part, Ashley, earlier this week, you posted a video of drinking coffee out of a Golden Girls mug.
Yes.
And you said you were Gen X.
Yep.
And that set me off. Because technically you're a millennial. And you know how I feel. I am mother millennial.
I saw that.
But that is not what I wanted to get to. So part 2 is mama.
Well, wait, hold on before you get to that. Technically, I'm a millennial, and without giving out my full date of birth, I'm like 2.5 months into millennial.
Yes, because we're all the same age. Well, we were all born in the same year, I should say.
Well, but then I thought to myself, do millennials really know Golden Girls? Because for me, it's a very specific era that people that watched it like,
elder
on
millennials.
repeat. Elder that's I should have said elder.
Geriatric. I say geriatric.
Geriatric millennial. Oh, shoot.
You have a brother. Is he older or younger than you?
He's older, and he is Gen X.
He's Gen X. So sometimes I think like an elder millennial with a Gen X sibling, you can identify with both, because I have a Gen X sibling too, because you were there for his trends and you know what he liked,
like a buzz cut, a rat tail, jam shorts. Yes.
Yeah. So you're familiar with it, but you still identify with like the millennial stuff because that was earlier. So anyway, that was number 1. Number 2 is your Golden Girl mug. You posted that and someone, Mama Bear actually commented,
Cindy.
Yes. Which Golden Girl would each of us identify as?
Oh.
And so I want you guys to answer, but I actually have it all written out who I think who is. So do you want me to go first?
Are you saying yourself?
Yeah.
So I personally think I'm a Dorothy. I do. So she's just like, she's practical. She's sarcastic. She's short-tempered.
Oh, yeah.
And she follows like current events. Like I feel like that I'm a Dorothy. Ashley, what do you think you are?
I mean, I don't know. Probably, honestly, I think I'm probably Rose because I talk about Australia just like she talks about St. Olaf College. Like literally, that's her Roman Empire. Australia is my Roman Empire, and so I that's what I think about myself. I have to.
That's who I picked for you, was Rose.
You're so spot on, and I want Leigh to say there is only one correct answer for Leigh, and we know what it is.
Yes, there's only one correct answer for Leigh.
You're only going to say Blanche.
Yep.
Do you disagree, Leigh? And if so,
yep.
Well, but I have a Dorothy mind.
Okay.
Or a mama mind.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
But
I agree with that.
I got a Blanche sort of attitude about me.
That is so funny.
That is funny.
So Murphy's mom, Cool Mama Bear, she's kind of those two names on TikTok, but Cindy Opeka. And so sometimes we'll get reach outs of like, who is your go-to HR consulting expert for California? It's Cindy Opeka. So if you happen to be listening and you're like, I want someone, she's really great, but her content is really, she makes super fun videos.
It's her.
And
yes.
I just Zoomed with her last week for like the first time.
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
Oh, she's extremely knowledgeable about California.
She is. She's
like laws and regulations. So go follow her on TikTok.
Yeah, so look up Cindy O''Pika, but that cracks me up. That is, boy, that really is funny. I saw that and I kind of chuckled, but I hadn't thought about it.
I screenshotted it and then I like did a deep dive on all the ladies and going, okay, we know Leigh is Blanche. And then I'm like, but who would I be?
And you know what's crazy? Did you know they were only like 50 when they filmed that show?
Yeah, no, absolutely not. I think like in the opening episode, Blanche said she's like 55. What?
Oh my gosh.
I can't.
We've come a long way.
Well, when I was I remember seeing that stat like when I was in college and we'd sit around and watch it for, hours on end with, McDonald's or whatever. And I'd be like, yeah, but 50 is, 50, but that's old. And now I'm like, 50 is young.
Oh.
50 is very, very young.
Oh yeah, of course. Now that I'm closer to that age, I'm like, no, not at all.
Oh,
I love it. This week, my grandmother reminds me so much. She looked very similar to Betty White. She was like real funny, played basketball. Like, she was about, 4 foot nothing by, towards the end of her life. But she passed at 96. But this would have been her 101st birthday this week. And so I have her picture on my desk. It's behind me in every video. And she would be a huge HR Besties fan if she were here. So every time I see Betty White, which she was also lovely, I think of it.
Would she also have to Google some of the things we say?
She would. She totally would. So I call my mom Mama Manager Method. Her name's Nancy, as is a great name. She my mom loves HR Besties, but she laughs that she frequently on our episodes has to Google terms like fleshlight and things like that, and she's like, oh my god, like things I didn't need to know. And so my Gigi would have been right alongside that, and she would have chuckled. She told me her favorite city when I was studying abroad. She said, I just love Amsterdam. I just loved going to Amsterdam. I love the ladies there. So nice. So I think she would have been besties up there with it.
Shout out. Her and I have that in common. Love Amsterdam.
Yeah. I was going to say she was about half your size, half your height, Leigh, but she really packed a punch. So I try to live up to her.
Oh.
Some people enjoy composing their own music, chord by chord, and others are happiest when they come across that one perfect song. Work is not a lot different than that. Whether you prefer building your own workflow or using a pre-made template, with Monday.com, you and the team can work in a way that's comfortable for everyone. Tap the banner to go to Monday.com and build your own amazing workflow, or find an awesome template. No judgment.
I have a little something that just popped up. It's a good happy hour topic.
Give it to us.
So I don't know if you guys have seen this, but this is graduation season.
Oh, God.
And graduation season. I mean, speaking of like things like student loan, people have enough like realities that many of them that are going to hit them in the face. So, but this is the time to celebrate. Especially a lot of people now graduating college may have been in high school in 2020, and so they didn't get to have big graduations and things like that. And so, I think it's probably especially meaningful.
Mm-hmm.
But at college, Benedictine College, they had a commencement speaker who's Harrison Butker, who's the kicker for the Kansas City Chiefs, the Super Bowl winning Kansas City Chiefs. So he gave this speech, and I was like, God, where's this video? So he starts off this speech very inspirationally by saying that women have been fed diabolical lies. And by that, he's not talking about student loans. He is talking about people that you're probably in this audience. You're probably excited for your careers. But you're thinking of the titles you may have. But really, the title that I bet you're really looking forward to the most is being a wife and a mother down the road. And he goes on and talks about things like some of these diabolical lies. He gets very political in this speech as well, but in it, he talks about one of the lies being IVF, being something that's, very problematic in society. But so I just thought, especially on the heels of our episode this week, where we started with your story, Leigh, about
mandatory Bible
study. And we say it's a slippery slope because, like there are people that are religious that may want to participate in that, but there's a lot that don't when you force things. So when you're a leader and you have these microphones and are saying things, you can be sending a message that is completely inappropriate for that occasion. And I heard that, I saw that video, and I literally, my mouth gaped open at just how I would feel sitting in that audience on my exciting day and him just taking it and shitting all over excitement.
I know. It was so gross. Like the misogyny was so loud for no reason.
Gosh, I haven't seen it yet.
Like imagine being excited, to get your degree, you've worked so hard for, you busted your ass, and then that's what the speaker says to you.
Yeah, it was all for nothing.
Yeah. The thing that's, and so you know me, I go deep. So this is where I've
yes,
shocking,
tell us everything.
Yeah. So I'm like, and I was thinking to myself, it's so funny because he's from Georgia, and his family lives not far from where we used to live, where I used to live in Atlanta. And I was like, hold on a second. And so his mother, I think his wife actually got a degree in computer science and Spanish in college, but his mother went to Smith College, which, if you're going to talk about a place that's full of women getting yours, so those that don't know, it's like a women's college that is one of the top institutions in our country that's produced some incredible leaders, innovators, including his mother, who went on to get graduate degrees in physics, and she's a physicist for Emory Hospital's oncology, which is cancer unit.
So he's got mama issues.
Mom's brilliant. Okay.
My God.
And to me, it brought up so many things of like, I'm super curious because how would you feel, as a parent if your kid's like, you should have just stayed home with us and not and all of those innovations. But in 2024, that's a speech, and just being mindful that there are leaders that get up there and espouse their personal views, and they have no concept how offensive it is and inappropriate for that moment in particular. You want to put that on your social media, go for it. People can choose to mute you, but what are you going to do in the middle of commencement?
Well, that's kind of I wonder, where is the check? Where's the double check? Where are we getting a copy of this said speech? Are we looking over it first? Are we giving it the okay?
Yeah. What are you talking about up there today?
Because then I'm questioning the university. I'm assuming they didn't. I'm going to assume that they did not see it.
All of a sudden, Leigh's having to submit her remarks in advance for the today's.
Oh, I know. No, you should. Yeah. Oh my gosh! But they hired a NFL kicker.
Yeah, that misses a lot.
Oh gosh. You know what I mean?
It's humbling. But then people are like, they knew what they were getting. If you look at his social media, which I will not be, he espouses a lot of these. And again, very anti things. That's the aspect for me is you show up on exactly a celebratory day and you're like, anti so many things. And it's just, and just thinking about that. And so again, this year's, I'm sure we'll talk about this on more Wednesday meetings, but like it's election year. And with all these things, just being mindful that just because something fits with you and you assume everybody else thinks or should think the way you do, especially when you have a leadership role at work, please don't.
Oh gosh. Yeah. I mean, he didn't read the room.
Please don't.
I'll pass from watching the video. Probably just pissed me off anyway, like most things on social,
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I wonder how his wife feels though,
Other people I saw had said that his wife has very similar views on social media. So maybe she regrets that computer science degree. I don't know.
Yeah. And I wonder his mom as well. I mean, make the assumption because of her position, she believes one thing, but who knows? I mean, she raised that guy. So it would be curious, but that's, coming from a real place of privilege for him to say that, being that, of course, he has a mother who enabled his dreams and his career, I'm going to guess, and funded it, I'm sure, to then turn around and say that. But I mean, it sounds like his mom hopefully has it all. I mean, but I'm assuming that wasn't his message, that you can be a wife, mother, and also
he was not leaning in. He was like, lean on my shoulder. Lean on my shoulder. I got you. But I saw a video now. It was like a few weeks ago, and it was long. It was like 8 minutes long, and I never watch 8 minute long videos. I'm like a 3.5 max. But she was talking about how she had always been told this message of like, not being independent, and her marriage did not work out, and how she is in this situation now where she's trying to apply for things and she couldn't get a job, and felt like she used to have skills, and she feels like she has skills but can't translate those. And it was like, it just, your heart broke. It was, super emotional, like in her car. And it just also that aspect of like, as you're in hiring and in recruiting, those people, when they have those gaps on their resume, and it cuts across, whether it's, a wife that's, been dependent on their spouse, or whether it's anybody that's taken time off to care for parents, anything, their own selves, just being mindful. A lot of those people are probably super worried about you being, judgy about those gaps, but having employees who are able to take that time for themselves or care for others, those are real skills that they can bring to your workplace. Anyway, I'm getting emotional at this happy hour.
Oh, well, was there any feedback from students?
I didn't, like, I was listening for, well, that's the thing. I was listening for booze. I mean, I have to imagine people were kind of, I would imagine people would be shocked. Right?
Oh, yeah.
I thought I heard a crying baby during it, and I thought it's probably some young baby. Please don't.
Inspiring him.
Yeah, you'll be so excited to have kids. Meh.
I know.
I would have started booing.
Yeah. Oh, same. I actually would have.
Like, I would have stood up and been like,
you would.
Okay, Dorothy.
Totally. Jamie would have.
Sure.
Jamie would have been leading the charge. Donna Martin graduates, kind of protest.
I would like rush the stage,
and I'm not a big Twitter person, X, whatever, but I looked because I was like, I wonder how people are reacting. And I did see, it was like, I wonder if Harrison Butker getting cooked online counts as him having women in the kitchen or something. I'm kind of butchering that a little bit, but it was like, it was, people are clever. So that's the silver lining to whenever things happen, is people bring out their humor and rally around and are like, don't listen to this nonsense.
Yeah, well, way to go, him being his authentic self, just
truly
out loud and proud,
Yep.
Good for him, Oh, damn. People. Do you all remember your commencement speakers?
No.
Mm-hmm. Me neither.
Yeah.
Ashley does.
I was extremely hungover. Just being honest.
We had, for my college, was Mitch McConnell and Elaine Chao.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Mitch McConnell. When I was a little kid, Mitch McConnell's daughters used to babysit for me, growing up in Louisville. Fun fact. Like many years ago.
Wow.
So.
Okay. Shout out to Mitch.
But that being said, like I was saying, it was like very, very dry and very boring. And so I definitely remember some people falling asleep, as probably tends to happen for hangovers and other reasons at graduation.
Right.
But yeah, that was my college.
I think I had Robert Gates, and then he later became president of Texas A&M. But I don't know. How quickly we forget, right?
Yeah. Oh. I remember my friend who was actually, she'd moved from Louisville to Atlanta. She had the principal, I can't remember his name. I wish I could. The principal that played Mr. Belding on Saved by the Bell gave their commencement address.
Oh.
But I was like, but what did I'd be so curious. What would he have to say? So,
well, gosh.
all right, well, if any of you besties listening had a memorable graduation speaker, for better or for worse, feel free to share that.
I wonder what this graduating class song is. Like ours was Vitamin C. As we go on. I graduated in 2000, and I remember like 1999, the class before me, they were Party Like It's 1999, but that Vitamin C song, I believe, came out right then. So that was really their song more than ours, but.
Yeah, I was class of 99 as the elder here, and I can attest. One, yes, our prom theme was Party Like It's 1999, as everyone's was. And two, yes, it came, that song, Vitamin C. And then there was so sometimes, people don't listen to like the local radio as much, but in the local radio, they would play it and they would have people's like messages interspersed. And they'd be like,
that's so cute.
They'd be like, I'm always going to remember the football field, like my teacher. But in it, like, I think in that actual song, the person's like, my advice, wear sunscreen. That starts it off. If you've heard like the full version, I did not appreciate that advice as much in 1999 as I do in 2024. I wish I'd listened. In like 1987 to that advice and didn't get sunburns when I was a kid. It's created some issues in adult life, but that wear sunscreen is real. That's very non-controversial, hopefully, advice. But I think it's I Can Do It with a Broken Heart by Taylor Swift. It's a good.
You think that's theirs? It's a Taylor song?
Well, it's got to be a Taylor song, but that's a brand new one. That's pretty good. Actually, it's probably not inspirational. So
I don't know it.
I don't know it. I don't know.
It's fine. I'll just when we sign off, I'll just sing it to you all.
I know exactly. Please do. But yeah, shout out to sunscreen every day,
and shout out to the graduates of 2024. Cheers on your accomplishment.
Oh, that makes more sense.
Cheers on that. And we've heard lately from some besties that have gotten like things like a SHRM certificate or any of those HRCI. And despite, people have different feelings each way. When you get those, it's important to celebrate that accomplishment and don't let anybody hold you down.
Growth mindset. Shout out to continuous learning.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. And you can be whatever you want to be, unlike Harrison's position.
Keep missing those field goals, bud.
Cheers to that.
Cheers to that. Enjoy the weekend, besties.
Bye.